There are definitely pieces of a ladder to pick up. Okay, yeah, I kind of spoiled it there, but I mean, what else is it going to be? A bed frame or something?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I didn't choose normal mode, but it just automatically puts you in normal. Hey guys, so we're changing it up a bit today. Playing some Escape The Backrooms. Now I have about 7 hours on this game. It's a very good game, as you guys will see. But I won't spoil any of it for you, and let's get straight into it. And here we are, starting off in level 0. Now I do know the way out of here, so I'm just gonna get straight to the point and just go. So it looks like, first of all, once we turn this corner, you'll see for yourselves, there are definitely pieces of a ladder to pick up. Okay, yeah, I kind of spoiled it there, but I mean, what else is it going to be? A bed frame or something?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But yeah, we go, and first of all, we go get the key. This key is going to be very important. There is other ways to do this level quickly. Like, a lot of people do grab that key and then use their restart level feature, which gets removed after you go from hard mode, like, onwards. Here's the door, by the way. Some people use that to restart and come all the way back, like, in a different route that's supposedly faster. There is a glitch in older versions of the game where here, because you have to balance, if you spam E, you can get flung across. There is a skip that I usually do in any sort of speed run that I try to do, which is doing this. If you do that twice, then you can see I'm leaning again, and then I can just run across. Now I will show you what it's like to do it this way. You can see you can go through that vent and it will take you to the next level, but I'm not going to be boring, so we're going to jump down here. I do know the way from here, so it is southwest, I believe, when you're facing that way. If you run all the way back here, yep, there's the arrow. You run all the way back, you can go in that way or you can go around this way. It really doesn't matter. Go through here, and there's our exit. So make sure that if you go here, that you always pick up this flashlight. Now in speedruns, of course, I wouldn't bother with this just to save the extra couple seconds. Okay, here we are in the first floor of level 1. Now that might be a tiny bit of a spoiler, but I'll just say it now. Yes, there are multiple floors. Now in this one, as you could see earlier, there's a keypad on that elevator, and we have to look here, and we can see the code is green, blue, 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 because of the order of these cars, as you can see on the note. Now this should be green, blue, blue, blue. There we go. Press the button and off we go to the second floor of level 1. And here we are at the second floor of level 1. Now I know the route that I should take here, which is first of all this room, and I'm sure most of the people watching this video are probably gonna know, oh, there's one of 4 keys that we need, are probably gonna know that there is a guy here. That's the second key. This is very good RNG. Usually I get absolutely terrible RNG. Now we run down here, and well, this is the route that I usually take. My friend usually takes the other one, but depending on how many keys we find in this room and in the next room we go to, we might have to go to the other route. Now we found no keys in here, and we still need 2 more. Oh, I heard an excuse me, which means that the guy's very close. Oh man, but yeah. As you can see, that is a skin stealer. Yep, they're in this game. And luckily, this game saves the keys that you get it saves the progress on each puzzle unless you're in nightmare mode, and trust me, you don't want to play nightmare mode. But this might actually be a good thing, because there is a really far away room that the keys are sometimes in, which can be aggravating, because you have to run all the way past the skin stealer and occasionally actually loop him just to get to like a singular key. Now he usually spawns walking that way. Let's have a look here. Oh, yep, still no keys in here, so we still need 2 more, and we're here. There he is. Now he's in the form of, the character that you play as. And if you use voice chat, oh, there's a 3rd key. If you use voice chat, oh, there's our 4th key. Did I say 4th key before? I meant 3rd, but anyway. We have them all now. And now if we turn all of these, it opens this door. And we enter the 3rd floor of level 3. Level 3? We enter the 3rd floor of level 1. Now that's a little trick that I call crouch jumping. You jump and then crouch midair, and you can get on top of stuff that you can't get on by jumping normally. Now almond water, as you know, some of the Backrooms fans will know, is what keeps your sanity alive. And this is the sanity bar. I can tell by the fact that I have the restart level button and that my sanity's draining that I'm in normal mode. Now, I didn't choose normal mode, but it just automatically puts you in normal. I think probably just for your first run. I know there's only 1 spawn point for this each floor, and I'm pretty sure this is the one for the first floor because of this light. Now the way to get out of this floor, there is an elevator that you have to find in one of these many rooms, and you guessed it, the skin stealer's here, and he's hungry. There he is. But he's not in hazmat dude form this time. Well, I say hazmat dude. He's not in like normal form this time. He's in skin stealer form immediately. Here he comes. He looks very cool, but he's deadly. He will eat you. So, well, as you saw earlier, there we go. And we got in what seems to be a closet, but it's actually just a normal room. But when the skin stealer has aggro on you, these turn into closets, so you can get in them faster and hide away from the skin stealer, which is actually very convenient. Now you can see that he was over by a certain room. He was like just outside of it, and he wasn't really leaving it. That is because that is the room that it can be on this level. Now I'm pretty sure it's over in this direction somewhere. If he goes immediately after aggroing you on the 2nd floor, immediately down to the 3rd floor, that means it is on the 3rd floor. So I'm going to have a quick look. Okay, I either missed him or he hasn't gone yet. Now he was coming over here, but I think the door that I opened down there is the one that it usually is. Yep, because he is there. See? This game can be difficult. Now, even with as many hours of playtime that I have, it still can sometimes make me jump whenever he, is around a corner and immediately eats you alive, I mean, this guy's probably been the reason for the most amount of times I've been scared in this game. Like, actually jump scared. He's probably gone directly down there again. He usually goes to the right, but if I go to the left and die, then I'm going to feel very bad. Because when you die in this game, when you're not in Nightmare, of course, gosh, the resetting of that ambience gets me every time. Okay, it's not in here. But when you die in this game, when you're not in Nightmare, it resets the location of this room if you die here. So I'd have to check the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd floor again. I'm pretty sure I know all of the spawn points for the rooms. If I don't, this might be quite a long part of the recording here. Pretty sure he went over there, and I think it's this room right here. It is indeed. Now, we move on next to, well, you won't believe it, but another part of level 1. Now, I wouldn't exactly call this part a floor, because it's nowhere near as difficult as the others. But it's behind this gate, and you can see that if we use this, see? It doesn't let me. Security override needed. Oh, well, find the exit in the habitable zone. Well, it's not necessarily the exit to the habitable zone, because, as you probably know, the habitable zone is level 1, and that next part is a part of level 1. It's not like separate. Now we have to do this hack. This hack can cause a lot of time loss in speedruns, especially if this happens. Now, this happens occasionally when you go on the hack. I have no idea why, but you just freeze in this spot and you can't do anything. You can't get off of the hack or anything or interact with it. So my only choice here is to, well, Alt F4 and restart the game and join back on my save file. So see you soon. Okay, we're back. Now, I mean, you know, that was an experience. At least you guys know that now. The only way to do that, actually, Alt F4ing doesn't even work. Only usually Task Manager does, because Task Manager is the ultimate weapon. But if we now figure out how to do this hack, it's matching up this with this. You see, I just found that one. Now, I usually just look at the first one. I look LDHL, and then I try and find an LDHL. Now, I saw one up here, but the HL was in brackets. Anything different, even something that small, would make it wrong. So we know now it's not on that strip. So that means it has to be on this one. And we know it's this one because everything else matches up. And then it's that one. There we go, that was a really lucky one. Now we have to turn on the power in this room. This is really easy, you just click these in order. And then we try and use the computer, but guess what? There's a password. Now, yes, I know the password off by heart, but I'm not going to really experience that much for you. Here we go. You can see they tried QWERTY123, Almonds 4, but then they settled on It Heard You. No caps, no spaces, no nothing. Just It Heard You. So if I input this into here, and then press OK, there we go. We are now in the computer. Now there's descriptions of each one. I'll read them all for you. Level 0 is a non-linear space, resembling the back rooms of a retail outlet. Similar to its previous form, all rooms in Level 0 appear uniform and share superficial features, such as yellowed wallpaper, damp carpet, and inconsistently placed fluorescent lighting. However, no two rooms within the level are identical. Survival difficulty, Class 1, minimal danger. Sanity danger, Class 0, no sanity risk. The fastest escape is 156.3 seconds. Now this is just the description for level 0, and then we have garage. Habitable zone. Level 1 is a large sprawling warehouse that features concrete floors and walls, exposed rebar, and a low hanging fog with no discernible source. Survival difficulty, Class 1 minimal danger. Sanity danger, Class 1 minimal sanity risk. And then we have one other non-encrypted file that we can open, which is gate.exe. To protect our survivors, we've placed restricted areas in high security mode. Do you want to unlock restricted areas? Organization, Major Explorer Group, type executable application from C users Meg, which, as you will probably know, are the people who own the backrooms essentially. Desktop, gate.exe. If we press run, you've unlocked the high security gates. Proceed with caution as nobody is authorized to perform rescue missions. Then we exit the computer and we go back. Now, you remember that gate from earlier? What do you think gate.exe does? Just from that description, what do you think it does? If you said opens the gate, then you'd be correct. You just have to pull this switch. And it's actually better to go on this first light to not waste time. But then look, there's smilers here. I'm sure you know what smilers are by this point. I don't think it can be in this first pocket. Oh, that's a very fast one. See, whenever the lights flicker, it's about to turn. Now, usually there is a... Yeah, look, there's a bunch more smilers than just that one. This one's a pretty decently long one. That was like a perfectly timed one. We got to open these doors now. I ran out of stamina, so I'm probably not going to be able to run on the next light. I am able. Trying to dodge these smilers here. Let's have a look. So, obviously, what we're looking for now, as I said, it's the final floor of level 1. So, we're obviously looking for level 2, aka Pipe Dreams. Now, I'm sure you know it's just billions of miles of a hallway with pipes on the walls. Now, you'll definitely know what one it is when you open the door. You'll see it. Trust me. Now, I know that is a bit of a spoiler, but it's behind one of these doors, is basically what I'm trying to say. There's a bunch of smilers here, and it's just overall pretty dangerous. There we go. There's level 2. And now, we're here. Now, I'm sure you know what level fun is, and station is level 3, the electrical station. Now, I'm not going to waste your time here. If you try and go to level fun now, it blocks you off. The smiler comes from the other direction. He either kills you or you run away from it, and then you're forced to go to the station. So I'm just going to go directly to the station. Now, well, I did kind of spoil it there. Yes, there's something here that chases you, but you know, I'm sure you probably know that, and I'm sure you could probably assume that it's not just going to be a safe level. This game is not really got any safe levels, I wouldn't say. There is no truly safe level. There is one part of a level that's completely safe, but then later on you go back to the level and it's not safe anymore. Yep, there you go, you hear that? And then it goes away. You go into the light, you think you're okay. You know, you think you're safe. I wonder how many people have died from stopping there. And then look, don't miss your turn into here. And here we go. We are now in level 3, the electrical station. Now, as we can see, if we try and open this door on the left, it's locked. Now I know how to open it. You view this panel, you go off the panel, come back, you wait a few seconds. I'm not pressing anything on my keyboard, and it opens itself. Now I know what we have to do here. So what you have to do here is you have to find breakers. There's 3 per section, as you could probably see from that panel I opened earlier, and here's the second one for the first section. Now the first section is completely safe. I can't say the same for the second and third. You'll see what's here. This game's decently lore accurate, so I'm sure you can probably guess what is here. It would be a very difficult game if it kept the same physics and, you know, the same difficulty of AI and stuff. Well, that's the 3 breakers in the first section. Now if you had finished it close enough to this gate, you would hear it open, but I was all the way over there. So, yeah, we couldn't hear it. But this was closed at the beginning. Now, that one over there is closed, but here's open. So, we go in here. We have no choice but to go through here. Now, I know where all the breakers are on this side, where all the spawn locations. So, there's one here, and there is a note here that says blind them and run. I'm sure you can guess what that means and what that sound is. Now, I'm used to that sound. I know what that's from. But you're going to have to see what it comes from to know for yourself. Now, we didn't get to see that one despawn, but there are more of those sounds coming up. Now this is the first sort of dangerous room, and there it is. If you hadn't guessed already, that is a hound. Now there's a lot of these here. And the next section in hard mode, when you can't blind them and make them run away, it sucks so badly. And then look, immediately as he runs away, you gotta take advantage. So this level can be scary, and it can have a lot of risk taking, but once you get 3 breakers in one of the sections, it saves that section. So once I got those first 3 breakers, it immediately saved that section. Now I know that the hound that runs at us here despawns immediately as soon as he runs away the first time, and I know now, because I've got those 3 breakers, I don't have to enter the section ever again. Now we move on to the hardest section. There is an immediate threat, but you run back here, you can also blind it, but as soon as it runs away in any way possible, there you go, it's gone. I have to check in here where this hound is. There he is. I took a look, there he is. Okay, I'm gonna blind him because I think it is slightly faster than waiting for him to run away. As you can see, they can sometimes glitch through the door. Now the first thing we have to do is check this. Now that way's a trap. This way there can be a breaker. Here we go. We've got Zagro. Luckily, unless you go round to the other side where the hound is, he can't come out. So basically he's deaf. Now, as you probably saw, there is another side room here, and there can be a breaker in here, and there is. Now, these are a bit more complicated, these ones, which is why you want to get these done, like, as soon as possible. So, if we can get this, like so, there we go. There's the dog, and we close the door, and we're safe. This one can be a little bit dangerous, but we just need to get this guy to get our aggro, and once he has the aggro, I know, from my speedrun knowledge, that he always runs to the far right here. Oh no, I'm low on sanity. Luckily, I have almond water. There we go. That's the second breaker. That's 2 of 3. Now, this one, you just have to match up the wires to their counterparts. There we go. We have 1 last wire to get. I'm lucky I picked up all that almond water at level 1, if you remember that. He's all the way there this time. Now we go here. Okay, we have one more breaker to get here. Now, I have had enemies get me through the wall in this game before. Well, not through the wall, through doors in this game. So, now I know this guy runs all the way and leaves. So, we just have to hope that it's in one of the easy to get hallways. Because if the last breaker's in that hallway, in the crawl space that he just went down, then it's almost guaranteed death. It's a very difficult process trying to get it. And if we die, we have to get all 3 breakers again and they change position. So, we have to hope that it's in one of these rooms here. So we check here, it's not in here. We check over here, it's not in here. This isn't looking great for us right now, because I'm pretty sure that means it has to be in the dangerous hallway, which is not fun to go through. Only my friend really knows how to do it, so I'll try, because the hound gets stuck in the crawl space here. Okay, I'm safe for a little bit. There's the last breaker, and there we go. You heard that? That was the gate opening. Now I'm going to trust that this hound has despawned, because I'm pretty sure it might have actually been an older version of the game. Oh, do not step in that electrified water. It might have been an older version of the game where he gets stuck there. He might just despawn in the newer version, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he does just despawn in the newer version. Now this is back, as you can see, at the second section, which we know the hound is gone and we know there's no other hounds here. So we can run all the way back, and would you look at that, we're back here. And all of the breakers are done. And now, if we go over here, this gate's open. All the lights are green. They started off all red. And we can leave level 3. Now, I bet you guys won't guess what's next. It's level 4. I know level 4, like the back of my hand, pretty much. It's through here. It's to the right. I won't bother searching all these rooms because it's going to be really boring because there's nothing behind any of them. It's here. And then there's a puzzle. There's vending machines. And there's a bunch of items. So there's numbers here, and you have to figure out how many of each one there is. So I'm going to start with books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 books, or 9 sets of books. We have 1, 2, 3 water fountains. 2 tables. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 1 chair. When we get all of these right, this door opens. Now I know there's nothing in the side rooms here, so we just look down here for any loot. I usually only carry almond water. I don't ever bother carrying juice or anything. It can be sort of useful in level fun, you'll see why. But, you know, it's doable without it. And we go through here, we go straight, and we're at this part. Now there's cameras here. That's a reset camera button. If you get spotted, it doesn't let you leave. If you don't get spotted, you can leave freely. You'll see why. And no, it doesn't spawn an entity like it does in the lore. This guy's turning back around, but pretty sure we can make that run. And then we go all the way right. We go here, we go forwards, grab that almond water, go forwards. We immediately run here. I know the camera routes. And as you can see, if we got spotted by any of the cameras, one of these 4 would say spotted on them. And you'd have to either break this down with one of the crowbars and go all the way back to the beginning, or run all the way back. But luckily, this door's open because we didn't get spotted. And there we are. Level 4 is done. It's a really short level when you know what you're doing. This is a puzzle. We have bug spray here. We will need that, so we'll take that for later. Now, there's a picture of a little girl that has a button below it. There's a picture of an old man that has a button below it. There's a picture of a very old man that has a button below it. And there's a picture between, like, below a picture of a... There's a picture of a... There's a picture of like a young man with a button below it. So, little go first. So, little go, little go, little go, little go, little go, little go, little go. Little go, 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 little go. And then we go immediately to the young man, and then we go back here to the old man. And then we go to the oldest man and press the button there. I'm losing sanity. And then that unlocks this door. Takes us to the first part of level 5, which involves bugs. Now there's this shaft, and it says if you feed them, they will reward you. That means we have to put something in here. What do you think we're gonna feed them? We could feed them almond water, but this level includes bug spray, so it's probably gonna be something to do with bugs. Now, what bug is in the back rooms? That's right, it's the giant moths. Now there's these moths which are harmless, but there's a future level, well, sub-level, but future level that includes death moths. And I know all of the spawn points for all of the moths here, and as you can see from that, we got moth jelly. Moth jelly is essentially, if you eat it, it gives you the effects of both juice and an energy bar, which juice gives you faster sprint time, and energy bars give you longer sprint. So it's essentially the best movement item in the game if you want to move fast physically. Now, we need 3 keys to unlock the next door. And each moth jelly that we feed to the moth, or whatever's down there, I'm just going to assume it's a death moth, each jelly we feed is going to give us a reward. So how much jelly do you think we need? If you said 3, then you're right. Sometimes this happens and it lets you double spray them and you get 2 lots of moth jelly. As you can see, we have 4 now. My audience has common sense. Each one's going to give us a key, which we can use to unlock a third of that door essentially. So just remember here, it's F to give it to the moth, not click, because if you click on it, it will give you a speed boost essentially. It's going to make you eat it. Now this animation can be long, but we're just going to give our stuff away as quick as possible. I'm going to drink some almond water in a minute. So I'm going to get the warning in about 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah, I can't call it, but you know, we were going to get the warning about now. See, smilers everywhere, all creepy. And there we go. That's 3 keys, which means, as you could see before, we have 3 padlocks on this door right here. We can just immediately unlock it. And now that's the first part of level 5. We have the second floor next. And trust me, second floor isn't fun. Now on this part, there's notes that you have to put in here. Now I'm going to write down these numbers, because these are the numbers of the... Oh wait, I can't. Okay, well it looks like I'm not writing it down. Well, 204, 205, 206. Okay, nice. Okay, 05938. Oh, 5938. Open that up. We go here. And there we go. That's the second floor of level 5 done. Now we're in what is called the boiler room. Now I know the route for this place, so I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to let you guys, if you want, use this as a tutorial. I know my way through this place. Like, I know this way. I know this like the back of my hand. Left. And here, we go straight forwards. And then we go right here. And I'm pretty sure it's just like... I actually have 0 idea where I'm going right now. But I'm going somewhere. This is a dead end, I think. Or it might not be. This is pretty close to a checkpoint, I think. I'm pretty sure it's through here. Oh yeah, it's through here. It's past here. And then, this is a scary part, but there's a moth there, and you have to sprint past him, pull this valve, and get him to run away. And I'm going to waste no time here. Yep, here we are at this next checkpoint. This part means that if you die, you spawn back there, you know. I'm sure you know what checkpoint is. Go past here. I want to go straight to the right here. I want to use the bug spray to deflect him. Just run back. Immediately run this way. Pull that valve. And here you go. You have successfully escaped to the boiler room. And you're back at level 2. Now, I'm sure you can assume we're not going back to the electrical station. We already did that part. I bet you know where we're going next. Level fun. Now, level fun usually, it probably wouldn't usually strike as the most challenging level in the game, you know, if you were thinking of it as just general backrooms knowledge. But let's just say this level isn't fun with 2 players, and I've never tried it with 1 player. Now, there's a really easy part at the beginning. Well, like the entire part except the last part is easy. But the issue is that if you die on that last part, it's over. Die on the last part, you start from the beginning of the level again. Now, it's not hard, like the first part of the level. It's just really tedious to do if you fail the last part over and over again. Now, you can pop a moth jelly, a juice, an energy bar. You can pop whatever you want on the last part, or you can just pop nothing. If I still have my moth jelly, I'll probably pop it. It's really easy at the beginning of this level, but then it becomes slightly more challenging. Here we are. You can see there's energy bars on the table that you can get and stuff. These tables seem useful. It says you can hide under them. So you want to run close here, and then you activate this guy, because otherwise he'll be looking at you. See how he's looking back now? Now we have to crouch, because if you don't crouch, they will hear you, especially if you sprint. But even if you uncrouch, like here for 1 second, they will kill you. This guy's always, for some reason, guarding liquid pain. Don't ask. You then want to just go around that corner, and then you can sprint here if there's like an almond water or anything you want on the table. But after that, you just have to, crouch here. There's a very, like, difficult part here. It's not difficult, but like, it's very nerve-wracking. You have to hug this wall as much as you can, and it doesn't feel like, to me, that you should be able to get away with walking past this guy, but you can. You have to hug the right wall completely. It just doesn't feel like, to me, that you should be able to do that because of the way that he's looking. But from here, you can sprint to the middle, and then here comes the hard part. The hard part starts in that corner. Now, that's what can be nerve-wracking if you look over there, but you just got to hug this wall, essentially. It's not that bad, but like, if you look over there, you can see there is a guy just staring directly in your, like, directly at you here, but he doesn't see you because he's pretty much blind. But you go here, and then there's a really difficult part you have to do here. And I mean, you guessed it, because of the moth jelly, you have to run. What? I've never had him come from that way before. Oh, I got caught there. Got me again? I've never had him come from that way. Come from that way before. Time to do this part again. There we go. This should be it. You crouch under here, and there you go. The rest of the level's easy from here. I had to stand still for a minute. That was weird. And then this one, you know, it scared me at first, but you can actually just, like, you don't have to hug the wall that much. You can just, like, do this. But I wouldn't risk it too much, because if you do, like, touch him or something, and then he eats you, you get sent to the beginning of the level. I trust that when we get round this corner, we can just run. And here we go. We are at the end. That took me quite a few attempts, but, you know, it wasn't too bad. And I think you can probably assume what the next level is if you know what the backrooms levels are. Yep, there we go. Escape level fun and single player. And here we are. Level 37. Now, I am going to end that episode right there, guys. Now, I am going to... Now, I'm going to end this episode right there, guys. Only because, you know, like I said, I have other things to do right now, and we got pretty far in this episode. So, I hope you have a great day. See you in the next one. Goodbye.